if we look at the traditional software systems, so traditional software systems, they act like a map. Map means it is very rigid, like the path is there, but it is not adaptive. So the traditional software, it is based on rigid assumptions. It is based on rigid assumptions. It cannot adapt itself to the changing world. So traditional software, it needs stable requirements. But unfortunately, the requirements keep on changing. Like today, the client wants something. Tomorrow, some new idea may pop up, and the requirement might change. So traditional software, it wants stable requirements. It is based on finite states. It wants predictable inputs. If input is ambiguous or something different, the traditional software will not be able to handle it. And explicit logic path means explicit logic path means in traditional software we have to tell how to solve a problem. We will be solving the problem. We have to code the solution of the problem in the form of logic. So the logic path will be explicit, and that's why traditional software is like dumb in that sense that okay, we tell each and every step, okay, this is what you have to do now, next, we write everything. So explicit logic path, and it is not at all adaptable. Now the problem is that the real world we live in, the especially the real world data, it is unstructured. And traditional softwares, they are not at all good in managing unstructured data. User intent is ambiguous. So since the user is giving an input, but his intent might be something different. And traditional softwares can never understand the intent. Traditional softwares, they cannot decode the user intent. Systems are interconnected and environments change continuously. The real world we live in, it is continuously evolving, and hence the requirements cannot be stable. And whatever logic we have written, it might need some upgradation. So maintenance is a very big challenge in traditional software. So a traditional script, like a traditional software script, it interpret vague user intent. Achha, it cannot interpret vague user intent. It cannot adapt its workflow dynamically, because whatever we have programmed, it will do that only. It cannot adapt itself. If some input is changed or something, like let us suppose a system wants to communicate with a weather API or some system, if that is not available, then it will stuck. It will just return error. So it is not smart. It cannot recover intelligently from failure. So the because see, traditional software systems we have been using from decades, and we are very much aware about its limitations. And that is where AI agents come into the picture. Now, if you talk about AI agents, now they are not the map, rather they are the compass. The compass means we have a goal, and when we are moving towards the goal, at every point we are like it's very much adaptable, dynamic. Okay, we want to achieve this goal at every point of time, like wherever we are, we can decide what to do next. Because here we haven't written any program, like we haven't written any logic to solve a problem. The logic to solve a problem is the responsibility of the AI, and hence it is very dynamic in nature. Traditional software, it is very rigid because it will do what we have programmed, and it's very clear that we cannot handle all the scenarios. The real world is so uncertain, how we can expect to handle all the scenarios? But interestingly, AI agents, they can handle all the scenarios, because in the real time, if something unexpected happen, artificial intelligence, it has some idea how to deal with that, because large language model is very smart. If it comes to know that okay, it happened, it will come up with a solution on its own. So it will figure out a way. So that is the very big evolution we are talking about. So AI agents, if we talk about, they are goal oriented navigation, dynamic adaptation, context aware reasoning. Now, this is very interesting. The reasoning will be context aware. So, the scope of ambiguity is totally eliminated. So, context aware reasoning, what it means is like based on the current scenario, it will like give a generate a response like what to do next. And continuous learning. So the good thing about AI agents is that it is sensing the perception is there wherein it is uh, taking inputs from the outside world, like getting to know that okay, what is happening. Then it will make a plan, it will act, and it will evaluate its action, and then it will re-strategize. So first it will make a strategy, it will execute the strategy, then it will evaluate the outcome, and it will keep on reiterating its strategies. So that's the idea. So we are moving from software as a map, that is the fixed paths, to AI as a compass, goal oriented navigation. So this is the shift in the mindset. And if you want to master agentic AI, it is not about mastering the tools or mastering the coding, it's about mastering the mindset. Now, software development is all about mindset, it's the game of mindset. So you should have a very good understanding that the mindset will play a role now. So the shift from fixed path to goal oriented navigation.